It has been chaos in Bethlehem the last couple of weeks. Absolute chaos. Caesar has decreed that everyone in the land has to be counted, so people are flocking back to their hometowns to be registered for the census. And business is booming. I mean, we've never seen anything like this before. Commerce is on its ear. Vendors are selling out all of their wares. Inns are packed to the gills. It would take a miracle to top what we've seen the last couple of weeks. An absolute miracle. Words can't describe what it would take to top this. It's unbelievable. I'm sorry, my name is Stuart, and this is my inn, the Bethlehem Bed and Breakfast. Yeah, that's not too bad. We were going to call it the Holiday Inn, but I didn't think that was all that catchy. Funny thing tonight, the wife and I were sitting on the front porch just relaxing, enjoying the evening, having a cup of coffee, and this young couple came wandering up. When I first saw them, I thought, these two have been on the road for a long time. This young girl was riding on the back of a donkey, and the young man with her was walking along. And as they approached, the young lady looked at me with very tired eyes and said to me, "Sir, if you have any room here, please, we need to have someplace to stay." And I said to her the same thing I said to the last 20 or so people that came by. "I'm sorry, I have no room here. There's nothing here for you." And she looked at me with such sad eyes. And she said to me, "Please, sir, we're exhausted. We've been traveling for weeks. We've gone over 85 miles to be here, and my husband's been gone the whole time. Surely there's something you can offer us." Well, I'm a businessman, first and foremost. Always have been, always will be. So don't think of me as being rude when I tell you that I was about to tell them, "Sorry, nothing here, moving on down the road." And then I noticed something. Something that I missed at first. The girl was pregnant. I mean, big pregnant. I thought to myself, this poor girl's been on this donkey for weeks. I can't leave her out in the cold like this. So I thought, what can I offer them? What can I do for them? And then it occurred to me, I've got a barn. Now, let me tell you right now, my mother would roll over in her grave if she knew for 1 second I even thought of putting someone in that barn, let alone a pregnant girl. It's filthy, it's disgusting, it's got animals and manure and hay and dirt, it's horrible. But it's all I had. So I looked at them and I said, "Well, I have a barn. It's yours for free if you want." And the young lady looked at me with such gratitude in her eyes. She smiled and said, "Thank you, sir, thank you." And as they turned to walk away, the young man turned and looked at me and smiled and he said, "Sir, God bless you." He put his hand on the girl's stomach, smiled and said, "Because he is about to bless us." I tell you, it was awe-inspiring. I mean, you should have seen the way he treated her, the way they treated each other. It was incredible. And you know, I kept thinking about them over and over, and I was trying to find a word to describe it. And the only word that came to mind was, it's kind of a quirky word. It's just a word we don't really use that often, but it's the only thing I thought would really fit. The word holy. Yeah. Holy. They were just different.
Describe your rooms, please.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
Your rooms. I need a place to sleep. What have you got?
Well, I'm sorry, I have nothing here. Everything in Bethlehem's packed.
Well, you're telling me it's a census thing. I mean, I wasn't going to come at all, but my CPA said I had to, so here I am.
Well, I'm sorry, you're out of luck here, sir. There's no room.
Look, you got something for me. I mean, I got money, and most importantly, I didn't see the sign.
The sign? Well, I turned the vacancy sign off like an hour ago.
Well, not that. The star. I've been following the star past half hour or so. I mean, it's so bright, I could have swore it meant vacancy. Guess it meant unvacancy. I mean, look at it. Shining all over your end. Well, really, your barn. You wouldn't put people in your barn, would you?
Oh, not even a pregnant girl.
What?
Nothing. I'm sorry. Please, go on.
Well, where shall I lay my head tonight?
Well, let me see. You might want to try this place down the road. It's a little motel. It's the sixth one down.
Oh, the Motel 6.
That's
The one with the lights on.
The one with the lights on. That's right.
Well, I'll be going now. There's it.
I'm sorry?
going to be one of the biggest days in history. They said in Parmesan's speak, people are making money like never before. Merry census. I've trademarked it and everything.
I like that. Merry census.
You owe me $1.
Huh. So he followed the star here. I wonder. Did that star mean something? Did it actually have a purpose? I mean, it is really bright. Look at the way it lights up my whole lawn. I've never seen anything like that before. Maybe it is a sign. Nah, come on, Stuart. Get your head right. That's just crazy talk. That's crazy.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Excuse me?
I know what's going on inside your barn. I've been inside your barn.
You smell like my barn.
That's just what she did. I'm a shepherd.
Well, how do you know what's going on inside the barn?
The star. The star says it all. That and the alien angel things. Look, there I was, minding my own sheep, right? And the alien angel thing appeared and it was like, oh! And then I was like, ah, and the alien angel thing said, fear not.
And then what?
What?
After the whole, oh, fear not. What happened then?
Oh yeah. And then the alien angel said, fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all people. For unto you in the city of David a Savior has been born, who is Christ the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find the baby wrapped in clothes and lying in a manger. We came to your barn. It was just like they said. We walked in. Voila! There's the baby, just like they said.
I don't understand. How do you know all of this?
It's stitched inside my brain. The alien angels put it in there. Now I gotta tell everybody I come in contact with. Did you hear that?
What?
I gotta go.
Bye. Merry census. Huh. So this crazy shepherd thinks he talked to angels. I don't know. Some people go through life actually talking to angels, seeing miracles, wonders, things like that. Personally, I've never experienced anything like that. I don't know. I probably have to see God in the flesh to really believe in this sort of a thing. Still, I can't believe it. She had the baby in there and everything. I don't know. This whole thing is just, it's hard to understand, really. I think it would take a very wise man to understand all of this.
This is the place.
The place?
The place. Come on, make a time for place.
Okay, don't be in such haste. What's in the case?
The case?
The case.
I guess this is the place.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Ruby King.
Ruben, I'm Stuart.
You can call me Rube.
You can call me Stu.
Here's my card. I deal with impossibilities.
Your possibilities?
That's my job.
Okay, what's in the case?
A barrage.
A barrage of what?
Of bulk.
What kind of bulk?
Expensive.
For whom?
For the baby.
The baby?
The baby in the barn.
The baby in the barn? How do you know about the baby in the barn?
Follow the star.
Follow the star.
I followed the star to the baby in the barn of Bethlehem.
You follow the star to the baby in the barn of Bethlehem? The star, the baby? Impossible.
That is my job. Okay, who ordered the drummer? Over here, drummer boy.
Drummer boy, what's he here for?
He's gonna bang on his drums for the baby in the barn.
He's going to bang on his drums for the baby in the barn? Beautiful. What ballad?
Rum-pum-pum.
Rumpa-pum-pum. I like that. You'll play your drums for him?
I'll play my best for him. Rum-pum-pum. Rum-pum-pum.
Rumpa-pum-pum.
Hey, catchy.
Okay, listen. Get down this now. What's your beef?
Can I announce a secret on?
Sir, as he leaned in, I could only think of one thing. Take that.
Basically, there's only one I've got is
Bingo.
Alright, Stu. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be Ken. I'm gonna be Frank. I'm gonna be Kirk. I'm gonna be Captain Kirk. I'm not gonna pull the wool over your eyes. I'm just gonna lay on my cards.
All right, come on, we'll get on.
The baby in the barn.
What about the baby in the
The
barn?
baby in the barn. The son of God.
The baby in the barn is the Son of God.
The son of God.
Impossible.
That is my job.
To think I left the Messiah in the cold tonight.
I would hate to be you.
Okay, Drew, you gotta answer me one question. How could this have happened?
She said yes, and God made the impossible possible. Well, it's time for the banquet.
The banquet.
The banquet for the baby in the barn.
The banquet for the baby in the barn? Beautiful. Wow, you are truly a wise man.
What? I like that.
That's nothing.
If two of my associates come in, tell them I'm in the barn. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, and Mary census.
What's that?
Oh, well, the census. It's the biggest thing that's Bethlehem. The biggest thing we've seen ever.
No, the biggest thing is in that barn. You should call it Mary had a Christ child after she rode a donkey for miles and had a baby in a barn. There. I'll have to make that a little bit shorter.
I agree. Wow. It's beginning. Think, the Messiah born right here among us in Bethlehem. Pretty soon, the sun will come up. People of Bethlehem will wake up. They're going to put food in their stomachs. They're going to go about in their little worlds having no idea that the Savior was born right here amongst us in a simple little manger. You know, it's amazing. I guess God can work through anybody, even me. Well, sleep well, Christ child. Your work is yet to begin. My work, however, has to begin now. I've got an errand to run. So, to all of you, a Mary sent... No. No, that's not right. This time should not be about commerce. It shouldn't be about money. It shouldn't be about material things and buying and selling. That's not what it's about. It's about that child. It's about the Christ child. I've got it. Merry Christmas.
While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born. She wrapped him in cloths and laid him in a manger because there was no room for them in the inn. Luke 2:6 and 7. God had this messy plan, a plan to save the world. And to do that, he was going to send his son. Where does the God of the universe send his son? Where does the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords come? To a stable, a barn, a manger of all places. Certainly no place fit for a king. But then again, this was no ordinary king.
When I say it was messy, I mean it was messy. It was a barn, so you've got animals and animal stuff, manure and mud. It was a pitiful place for people, much less the King of Kings, to be born. Why would God do that? Well, I can't tell you for sure, because the prophet Isaiah tells us that his thoughts are not our thoughts, and his words are not our words.
That same prophet, 400 years before, had said, "All we like sheep have gone astray, each of us to our own way, and that the Lord has laid our iniquities on him." Isaiah 53:6. You see, Jesus came to a messy place. A barn, well, yes, that's messy, but he came to a messy world. Why? Because the shepherd was coming to take care of his sheep and prepare a way for sheep to go home. That's what a shepherd does. He stays where the sheep are, he sleeps where they sleep, and he eats where they eat. That got Jesus in trouble. Why did Jesus eat with the sinners? Because that's what a shepherd does.
Angels had appeared to the shepherds in the field and said, "This will be a sign unto you. You will find the baby wrapped in cloths, lying in a manger." A sign. Do you ever wonder what that sign was? A sign for what? Maybe it was a sign that Jesus is accessible to everyone. A sign that the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills can relate to one homeless person. Because Jesus never really had a home. He never had a place to rest his head. Maybe it was a sign that God would have nothing to do with the social status of mankind. A sign that he detests the splendor of humans because it's not worthy of him. But it was a sign for us that we should follow suit. In fact, the Apostle Paul would later write that we should have the same attitude of Jesus Christ, who, being in the very nature of God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but instead made himself nothing, becoming a servant, being made in human likeness. Philippians 2:5-7.
You see, being a servant is messy, and Jesus set this incredible example for us. He got down on his knees and he washed feet. The God of the universe, the God who deserved the best of everything, got on his knees. He's the God that came to this world and was laid in a manger, a feed trough of all places. Why such a messy place? Because he was following a messy plan. So needless to say, that very first Christmas was dirty. It was grimy. It was filthy. But thank God it was, because what a mess we'd be without it.